introducing our guest speaker. Considering that my interaction with him was not during his time in the Philippine Basketball Association, but much later during his stint sa Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas. My first real and lengthy interaction with our guest speaker can be both forgettable and forgettable, depending on your perspective. It was in 2022 at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. We were waiting for our luggages from our flight back home from Hanoi, Vietnam, where Team Philippines just concluded its campaign in the 31st Southeast Asian Games. I surmised that I, as a reporter, may be the last person that he would want to interact with at the airport. Our Gilas Pilipinas team was just coming off a shocking loss in Indonesia in the final game, settling for the silver medal, to the dismay and even anger from our basketball fans. But true to his personality, he was friendly and accommodating, sharing stories about his experiences in basketball and about life as well, as if we've known each other since his days in the PBA. I'm sure he was disappointed with the stinging loss from less than 24 hours ago, but he didn't let it show. After almost an hour, after an hour, I finally got my luggage and had to leave our guest speaker behind. He was still waiting for his luggage, and I felt bad leaving him there. I was thinking the last thing he wanted was this inconvenience of waiting for his bags at the airport. I'm sure he just wants to go home and get some sleep. But as I've learned over the years of covering the basketball beat, this man is cool under pressure. One senior official of the PBA press corps told us that his dictum, especially when the times are rough, has always been, kalmado lang kayo, gagawa natin ang paraan. So there, I knew, I'm very sure on that fateful day at the airport, habang hinihintay niya yung bagahe niya, kalmado lang si Sir. Tonight, the PBA press corps holds its 30th awards night. And we are grateful to our guest of honor for helping and guiding the organization during its formative years starting in 1993. And such assistance and guidance didn't dissipate even after he became the league's 8th commissioner in 2008. When he stepped down to the PBA in 2010, his love and passion from Philippine basketball did not end. Far from it. Most of us were witnesses and participants to his many accomplishments when he shifted to the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas as its executive director starting in 2011, either overseeing or personally carrying out the directives of then SBP President Manny V. Pangilinan and later on Al Panlilio. His SBP stint ended earlier this year, but not before being one of the persons instrumental in the success of the country's hosting at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, adding to his legacy in Philippine basketball that has long been secured. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce our guest of honor, our guest speaker for tonight, Mr. Reynold Sunny Barrios.
Thank you, Ruben, for your very accurate description. No, thank you for your kind word. PSC Chairman Dickie Bachman, Vice Mayor Todot Jaworski, PBA Chairman Ricky Vargas, Vice Chair Francis Chua, members of the PBA Board of Governors, the People's Commissioner, my good friend, PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall, PBA PC President Vladi Duarte, officers and members of the press corps, distinguished awardees and guests, ladies and gentlemen. Bago ang lahat, I would like to sincerely thank the PBA press corps for inviting me tonight as their guest speaker. I am deeply touched, truly honored and very much heartwarmed by this kind and generous gesture. Salamat po at ako ay inyo pang naalala. I truly appreciate it. For my storytelling tonight, sabi ni Chairman Ricky, bro, paki-iksian mo naman, minsan masyado ka mahaba mong kwento. Maiksi na po ito, from 3 hours to 2 hours na lang po ito. Allow me to take up a couple of values I hold dear based on learnings from my mentors and my own personal experience. They have greatly helped me successfully navigate my journey through basketball. First, the value of having historical perspective when looking at things, especially those with rich history like PBA. Its 50th anniversary is just around the corner. Even our own PBA PC Awards already 30 years tonight. Then you balance that with the value of appreciating how things evolve over time, evolution. So you don't get stuck in the past and you keep repeating, kasi ganito kami noon. Let me begin this historical perspective story with how I started in the PBA. Siguro marami sa inyo hindi alam paano ako nag-umpisa. The late Commissioner Jun Bernardino and I have been childhood friends. And when he became PBA ED, Executive Director in 82, thanks to him, nakakapanood ako ng PBA na libre. Then, in 1984, the PBA got Mr. Tommy Manotoc as Deputy Commissioner. So, June B, who was then ED, called me up. I was in LA for the LA Olympics. And he said, pare, umuwi ka na. Tulungan mo ako dito sa PBA, maraming plano si Tommy. And his speech was, maganda ito pare, dati nanonood ka ng libre, ngayon babayaran ka ng PBA para manood. So, ganda ng deal. So, the rest is history. I served under 4 commissioners, Mariano Yenko, Rudy Salud, Ray Marquez, and Jun Bernardino. In 2001, you honored me with the Executive of the Year Award for my work when June B took an extended medical leave. Then in 2008, I was back in PBA, first as OIC, then Commissioner, till 2010 when I retired. And tonight, I'm here with you as your guest speaker. My romance with PBA seems endless. Through the years, our main mentor was Rudy Salud. That just, we learned a lot from him. I'll cite just 2 for tonight, dahil iniiksiyan ko na nga. He pounded on us the importance of having an objective sense of fairness and observing due process, especially when it involves imposing penalties. There was a time Commissioner Jun Bernardino and I changed and cut short the usual protocol of summoning the erring player first before you decide and impose any penalty. What we did, we said 3 conditions if the referee made the call in the game, if the commissioner himself saw the violation in the game, and the videotape supports that indeed there was a violation, no need to summon the player. Parusahan na agad namin. When ex-Commissioner Rudy Salud learned that we did that, he went to the office and told us, you never shortcut due process. Sunny, kahit na 2 tao nakakita na binaril kita, hindi ako makukulong agad-agad. Meron munang investigasyon, may hearing sa piskalya, may trial sa court, and I'll have my day in court. Yun ang due process. So dito sa PBA, huwag ninyong shortcutin ang due process. He emphasized that the vast powers of the commissioner, both as prosecutor and judge, must be exercised with prudence and a lot of care. No? Must not be abused. So yan ho ang isang top of mind na naalala kong natutunan ko sa kanya. Isa ho yung Vox Populi, Vox Dei. But let me segue to the second part that will be connected to Vox Populi, Vox Dei. And that is the relationship of PBA with sports media. It was not as all rosy as it is now. In the very early years of the PBA, in the 70s, there was a misunderstanding, miscommunication, if you will, between PBA and sports media. Ang nangyari po, yung power of the pen or media, yung post-game stories, walang istorya, box score lang, saka yung headline. Team A beats Team B 100 to 91. Yung tinatawag natin ulo. Wala nang istorya. But of course, nagkausap at nagkaayos, and the relationship has flourished from then on. When I joined in 1984, one of the first things emphasized to me by Rudy Salud was to look at sports media as our partners in promoting the PBA. And he said, you are not just covers of the game or mere storytellers of what's happening in the league. You are honest to goodness partners of the PBA in showcasing the PBA games to the public. We sink and swim with you. And as many of you know, Rudy Salud practiced what he preached, and I submit humbly, I too practice what he preached, dear partners and friends in media. When the USA announced the participation of NBA players for the 1992 Barcelona Olympic Games, there was a very strong clamor for the Philippines to field our own national team with PBA players. Commissioner Rudy Salud was very much against it. He was of the old school, wherein the founding fathers of the PBA said the sole reason for being of PBA is to showcase the best of Philippine basketball to Filipinos in the Philippines. Playing internationally and being part of the national team is not part of that mandate, according to our founding fathers. That's the mandate of the Federation, then the BAC. But lo and behold, to Rudy Salud's unpleasant surprise, the general public and the sports media strongly criticized the PBA for being selfish and insensitive to the clamor of the country. Even his close media friends began hitting the PBA. I think after about 2 days of getting clobbered, he called the three of us to his room, the three being ED Jun B, Deputy ED Sunny B, and PBA Legal Counsel Butch Cleofe. We refer to ourselves as the three stooges of Rudy Salud. And he said, guys, nasa kwarto niya kami, 4 kami. This is democracy at work. Kahit tayong 4, mas tama kesa dun sa nasa labas ng kwartong ito na nakararami, sila masusunod. Why? Because Vox Populi, Vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. And the rest is history. The PBA, the first PBA formed national team was assembled with Sonny Jaworski as the head coach. And today, we have Gilas national team composed mainly of PBA players and even PBA coaches. So you have evolution at work. Historical perspective, evolution. Which brings me to my closing remarks. Admittedly, the PBA is challenged today at different fronts. I am not here to offer any solution. I leave that to the capable hands of the PBA leadership, and I'm sure they do well. But rather, I am here to manifest a plea to you, my dear partners in media, my friends from PBA-PC. Dito sa ating PBA, magkapit-bisig po tayo at magtulungan tayo na ipagpatuloy natin itaguyod ang ating minamahal na PBA. In other words, I ask that you help transform and mold Vox Populi to a PBA-friendly pananaw by highlighting its many positives and continuing your strong support for it. With the onset and increasing reach of digital media, the landscape in your own media world has also evolved. Now the general public can have their say in real time, and sadly, many times, in a cruel and negative way. Thus, the more crucial your role will play as partners in keeping PBA attractive in the minds of basketball fans and in helping foster responsible social media postings. They say the PBA has withstood the test of time over the years. I am confident that it will continue to do so, especially with you, dear media friends, by PBA's side. If I may speak for PBA, PBA needs your help. PBA wants your help. Maraming salamat po. Mag-ingat po tayo sa ating pag-ulit.